Week 8 of The Artist Way. I'm kind of back to wanting to fight Julia Cameron physically. I will emphasize. She's probably like an old lady by now, so I don't know. I don't think she deserves fighting physically, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know. Let's just get into it because I think my emotional state this week was very connected to the theme of this chapter. So again, I don't see the correlation with the title and what she talked about in this chapter. The title of the chapter, or this week, was Recovering a Sense of Strength. And then, which, I guess this is just, it was empowering for Julia Cameron to, sit there and rant at us about, how terrible professors and teachers can be at a certain point, and just educators and mentors and stuff like that, and how they can just do you dirty and betray you and all this stuff. And girl, I get it. I've absolutely had those experiences, but I've also I think it's good too to find good mentors, and that's just part of it. I mean, maybe this is me just being really pessimistic, but 1 out of every 5 managers that I've had has actually been a decent manager and actually cared about me as a person and not just as a worker, what I'm doing as a worker. And I gotta say, I think my experience with teaching is the same. I feel like I've had which granted, I will say I went to a small public school out in a rural area. And that was a very specific brain. But I have had a handful of teachers throughout elementary, high school, and college, under 5 teachers that I felt have actually been beneficial for my creativity, beneficial for developing my sense of self, and beneficial for living a full life. And to a certain extent, even you do it, Julia Cameron, of this entire chapter was you doing it, of you bringing in your own personal shit or your own bad mentalities about things and projecting that onto your students. I think what she was trying to get at, but she didn't really say outright, of she's already talked about how shadow artists and crazy makers are can be people in positions of power, of directors or teachers or things like that. And I think that's what she was trying to say with this chapter, but she just instead ranted for 20 pages. So I don't know. It was really frustrating, especially too, I think part of coming to this book is I wanted to learn how to build a creative community and connect with other creative artists. And yet again, we're at another fucking chapter where she's just really fucking negative and really ranty about all these people and how they suck at doing this and pointing fingers and all this shit. And it's I just when are we gonna get to the part where you actually talk about how do you be a good collaborator? You've talked about listening, but that was a paragraph out of the how many chapters of be scared of these people, stay away from these people. I don't know. Just my opinion. I mean, I'm not saying, again, I've had shitty professors too, and yeah, you just avoid them. You don't introduce your stuff to them. If you absolutely have to get through those class, just fucking get through those class, do the thing, and then just when you're done with the class, burn that shit and forget the things you don't want to take with you. The things you don't want to take with you are something you just have to learn how to let go. And I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, Julia Cameron. So again, I'm back at the place where like, okay, what are the things for being a good collaborator? Like, yes, listening, great. Okay, so like, how do you have discussions with, or how do you give up, like, what is it like, and how do you give up control? And how do you make sure you're like integrating ideas like that's best for the project? Or how do you talk to somebody if you don't feel like an idea is best for the project? Or is it a situation where you should just like try it out and see if it works or not? And if it doesn't work, then you have that conversation. Or, you know, like, I just want to know more about that. And I feel like, I don't know, Julia was triggering this week. She was definitely triggering my like feeling of lack of community. I was really fucking anxious all week. And part of this too was like her like working on like emotional wounds that like affect your creativity and affect your ability to like accept success or accept abundance. And I just don't feel like she was really helpful. Like, she was helpful to point that out and to maybe look at the things, but I don't think she was helpful for like actually processing that stuff. And maybe I'm like trying to do therapy, and obviously like this just isn't like therapy. So I don't know. I definitely learned that I thought like I'm ready to have a community and I'm excited for a community, but I'm also scared just because I've never like experienced a community like I want, or like I think like I'm working towards. And I have in small doses like with individual people. I just haven't been able to have like a group of people where I can be like, hey, I feel safe enough to talk to all of you, like, you know, like that, or to like discuss creative projects with like, I don't know. It's just, it was just something where it was like, I think I didn't realize like how, again, like it's like, I just didn't realize like how many layers of that there was, and that like, yes, I'm like ready and excited, but I'm also like nervous, and I don't know what that looks like, and I don't know how to execute that, and I am scared to be vulnerable, and I don't have a lot of experience making friends, so I don't know. I think it's something where it's like, again, am I like just expecting too much out of this book? A little, I think. But also, I think, like, just like with any self-help book, there's just so much of her own bias in this that I'm just kind of like to the point where it's like, did I get the gist of the book already? Like, I get the artist dates, I get the journaling, the morning pages, same thing. I don't know. And I feel like I did end up watching Dochi's Artist's Way, because I was like, I just feel really lost. Like, I don't want to talk about the details of this chapter because I felt like it was kind of fucking stupid. And it made me feel better watching hers. And some of this, I've been watching like other people's too, but hers is just like the first, like, obviously like she's on the other end of that. So it is kind of interesting, like, to see that process. Versus like I have been watching people who are like kind of like in the same timing as me. So I guess she just like kind of had the same feelings as me of like this chapter was kind of just a whole lot of bullshit. And it seemed like more beneficial for Julia to get the rant out than to actually like have that chapter in the book. Also too, like I feel like the 12-week thing was very structured towards like a curriculum at a college versus like, I don't think she really needed 12 weeks to do this whole thing. Again, this chapter was like re-talking about a lot of stuff that like she's already talked about, especially too, where like, if you like, I don't know, again, we're getting back into the organization of like jumping around a lot. Again, she just talked about a lot of this stuff already, and it was a little bit more in depth, but I don't think that like really added like value to the conversation. Personally, I don't know. But she in the next chapter, back to why I was watching Doshi. I mean, not why. I like, it was good to feel validated and feel like, okay, yeah, I'm not the only one who was like, fuck this shit, you know? So that was good. That was a good, like, community feeling and that. And she read, like, the first part of the next chapter. She was like, I'm excited for the next part. And I think, like, I don't know. I am excited to move forward, but I don't want some of the same thing. Like, I feel like, honestly, if this next chapter is the same, kind of the same bullshit where it's just like, I'm just not going to even read it. Like, I'll skim it, but I'm not going to read it. Just because, like, it's not even worth my time at that point. But she read the first part of the next chapter and it said something about like, I'm sure you want to quit at this point. And it's like, oh my God. First of all, quit doing that. That's just, it makes me angry. It's stupid. It's just stupid. Like, you want to sit here and rant about professors? I want to sit here and rant about you. Julia Cameron is just like making me so angry. I wanted to quit 3 chapters ago because you're not adding any value anymore. That's why I want to quit. Not because like, you're so tough and you're so good at your job that we're just on the brink of madness and like, get your fucking ego in check. I think that's what I feel about this. It's like, you just think you're this like huge creative guru, and it's like, I guess it's like, I'm back at it again where I'm like, have I gotten the value out of the book that I can? Is there anything left to see? And there's nothing that I can do other than just get through the rest of the book to see. Because at the end of the day, like, I'm like, even as somebody doing these videos myself, like, it is nice to like find the community and like listen to it after. It's almost like having like a class discussion about it when you see like other people's videos. But I don't think I would do it in place of like watching or listening or reading the book. You get out of the book what you want. I think like everybody who comes to the book is going to find something different. There's even people talked about like reading it twice and finding something different in it. And I think that's just kind of like self-help books. That's just the way self-help books work. Like, I think people who are like, oh my God, the artist way has like saved my creativity and this is my entire life. Like, I think you're just a self-help person, which is fine. That's great. I don't think, like, I think it's you that are coming up with the solutions. Like, I think even like, I've noticed how much like, I will find very small pieces and like build out from those small pieces in this book so much. And that's just because she's giving like it's like the astrology stuff that people complain about, the astrology stuff. It all is giving you very generic advice. And then you find what is important to you, or maybe what you're already thinking you kind of need to work on or looking for. And you find out how that works for you and how you can like self-improve from those bits of information. And I mean, I am an astrology girly, so I get it. I like, and it is good to just kind of have like, it would be like, are you the type of artist that just likes to like work with no boundaries, or are you like the type of artist that likes to work with like some type of like restriction structure? I think I'm both. I like to do both. for example, are you like the type of person that would like sit and meditate? And that's how you're like, okay, I need to work on this, or I need to think about this, or I need to contemplate this, or whatever, while you're meditating? Or are you the type of person that is like, okay, I need to have some like journal prompts, or like a meditation prompt, or etc. And I think like that's all this is. This is just one big journal prompt. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just think, like, I don't know. Don't sit there and act like it saved your creativity or like changed your life because you did that. That wasn't Julia Cameron. That wasn't this book. And even to Julia Cameron's, like, girl, you're sitting here ranting about all these professors. Like, it wasn't them that made you who you are. It wasn't them that, like, yeah, they contributed to things. They like sparked ideas and that kind of thing. But like, it was you and the universe. If you want to get back to your own fucking teaching. So, I don't know. I'm gonna stop there. The exercise is great. I think you get out what you want. I wasn't super psyched about a ton of the tasks this week, so I'm gonna pick a few and do them. I haven't done them yet, but I'm gonna finish them up and be done with that. I don't know. This weekend I'm traveling, so I think I'll have some time to read the next chapter, and I think I'm just gonna move on. I don't think I'm gonna like wait the whole week and weekend or whatever to do that shit, and I don't know. I feel like too, we've been going for like 8 weeks straight now of doing this, and like maybe I do need to like take a week off. Like if you were doing this in college, like you'd have like a spring break and stuff like that. So I don't know. We shall see. Decisions. So thank you for listening to my rant. I hope you have a great day. I hope all your dreams and wishes come true. I hope you like and subscribe to my channel. I hope you are so creative, and maybe we will get to collaborate. That'd be cool. I hope you find love, and I hope you find some magic and trust and community. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.